Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night.
It's good. So,
anything else from you? Ah, yes. Ah, yes. I can now make heavy cream.
I'll go with this.
Don't know what I need it for at this exact moment, but I can make heavy cream. It does the thing. Yes. Last we left off, I had gone and said, oh, hey, I'm going to grind until I get that thing that I need. And sure enough, I didn't. And that's because it was not the creature that I thought it was going to have it that had it. Instead, I got a bunch of other things I didn't need necessarily at the moment. Most particularly, the alchemist. The alchemy thingamabub. So, that means we got a couple of things that we need to do before we can make progress. So, I could keep on saying I could go down the well. I could, but I shan't. Not yet. We're going to pay a visit to OD, because he is a knowledgeable sort of individual who knows things and stuff. Like what we're gonna do to get some identification. To do a thing. For stuff. OD.
OD, you seem to know a lot. How does one board the train here in the castle?
That old thing. Why would you want to?
Because?
You need credentials to pass through the station gate. I could give you mine.
Really?
But the credentials must carry your photograph in order to be valid.
My what?
Ah, that's right. Your kind hasn't invented photography yet. But if anyone has come close, it would be the church. If you know any men or women of the cloth, they may be able to help you.
Oh, a photograph! I have one of those!
Well now, misprepared. Here you are. Your very own credentials.
Thank you, OD.
Yay, we're gonna pass plate.
You're quite the avid reader. I suppose it's only fair I let you borrow more books at once.
Also, we can now borrow more books at once, as he says. Excuse me. What to get luck? I would usually go defense, but
be certain to return what you borrow. This is a library, not a bookshop.
But, you know, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
At least this time around. I'd rather get luck so as I can, you know, get lucky. So I've also realized I've not really been showing off some of the other random shards I've been getting. And I know that's not necessarily something, you know, a lot of people care too much about, but, you know. There's a giant exploding rat. I think this one is just summons a dog. Runs back and forth. Booer. This one's actually pretty useful, because when it hits something, it will bounce, and could theoretically hit more often. Fly trap. That's about it. Welcome company, Death Cry. Death Cry actually looks cool. It's just stupid expensive. And we're gonna go back to the head flail. Beast Guardian. It's pretty much the wolf, but it blocks. It's a block button. Plume Parma. This one's actually funky.
Go!
It summons a piggy. And it explodes. Let's check out Inferno Breath real quick. Summons one of the dragons and uses it. Oh, that's pretty much it, because I am out of MP until it recharges. That's fine. By the time we get through the station, should have some stuff. Actually, it's gonna sound cruel. Killing that Kota boss actually reminds me. Let's go ahead and slay these two. This bit's just lovely.
Cinder and blight veil the air, bring the night, and your eyes they close. Sweet repose suspended. The hours fly, years go by. Then the morning comes, shadowed by the moon, and the angels for whom you speak cry for light, cry for all of us, shards of hope gathered in the name of the meek. Rise, our champion, now rise.
That's really lovely. I really like that they put that in. I don't know if it was any particular reference. That's the word I'm looking for anything. It's a neat little thing. Also allowed me to get back some of my MP for the murder. Oh, so here's the thing. Now I'm able to double jump up here. And of course I get another shard. And I opened this chest, which allowed me to get the moon belt, which actually improves my backstepping quite a bit. There's something else over there that I can't yet get. But I'll get it eventually. Yeah, I originally thought that the item I was looking for, the bovine plume, was off of the Zongun, which are the cow-looking things that have wings. Go figure. It is not those. You know what? Go ahead and sample the rest of these. Sample some in. Some's a monkey. Yep. Yes, that was all for these ones. Flame cannon. I think I did this one? Yeah. That was like the very first one we get. We can toss the bone. Shoot an arrow. Actually, there's several arrows. This is actually a really good one. Directed shield. Yep. A vertical grinder. It's like a shield, but with a sword. Petra ray. Which actually, I think if you... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna fairy to test out a song. Ah, there we go. If we do it long enough, it'll turn things to stone. And things that are turned to stone instantly die. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep it to True Arrow. Because that is a stinking useful ability. But yeah, I thought that these guys had the bovine plume. Nope, it is not those guys. It is something else. Something far worse. It's not that bad. Whack. Cool. Also, these puppies, they also have an ability. Everything has a shard. Resist strike. Resist striking attacks. There is a Rottweiler, I think it was, looking variant of that puppy. So, that's the thing. And it opens. And now we can get on... Oh, hey.
Wait. I didn't come here to fight.
Then you should not have come at all.
but our clash may have to wait.
Oh, this train.
Hey, you catch on quickly. I have business further ahead. But I find myself at odds with the powerful witchery driving these carriages.
Surely nothing a man of your ability cannot handle.
I already conducted a search inside. But there is an area I cannot pass because of the sorcery it requires.
Ah. Well, it just so happens I have business ahead as well. Does this mean we have a truce?
For now. What?
Dazzling gets his badass. And yes, this is timed. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Ninjas! Oh, hey, an assassin. We need to kill those. And I would go down and in. I'm gonna go down and in. Alright, cool. I could be... What's the word I'm looking for? Really? I need to kill 4 of you anyway, so... Assassin's best. Don't know why there's assassins aboard this ship. Durable rag. I think I needed that for another crafting material. Also, I say it's timed, but the time isn't that bad. Flying daggers. Fling a dagger at an enemy.
Miriam, get on this train.
On the chain. Sweet. Damn, he's a badass. Boink. Hit that switch. Open the door. Murder everything. Jesus, man. I love when he actually does stuff to something else that's not me. Damn. Yes, he is doing 200 some odd damage to everything.
Miriam, get this open.
Yep. This is the witchery he was talking about. Let's see. Can I get up there real quick? I've never actually seen what happens if we end up failing the 5 minutes. Oh. Pretty sure that's what I need to do a thing with.
I will cut down all foolishness.
Oh yeah. You know he's a badass. Oh, hello. Oh, right. This bit. Don't want to die? Don't be in front of them. Whoop. Yep. Some of these moves, people might actually recognize from the 8-bit kind of demake. Well, it wasn't a demake, it was just kind of a sample piece. Ow. Oh, hello. That's bad. Woo! Hammer Knuckle. Swing a massive fist in a designated direction. That wasn't too shabby.
You have my thanks.
Save your thanks. I didn't do it for you.
Fine. But I owe you all the same. You are a fierce one, Shardbinder Miriam.
Aww. We're a fierce one. Let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly. Oh, that's right. I'm remembering what's this way. You know what? Let's hit the save point. Let's jump back on that train, shall we? Why, yes, we can jump back on the train. What's this general say? Maneuver behind enemies and attack their blind side with a kukri, a sword breaker, Karnwinen, Mendao Passar. I swear I'm saying all these names to the best of my abilities, which is to say, poorly. I think I should be able to reboard this direction. Yeah. Excuse me. And anything we've missed, we can actually get. And anything that we've, you know, not slain, we can actually kill. Ooh, G-bone steak. Nice. Don't you just love when they're annoying like that? Anyways, the only real reason that you would want to come back is right here. Now, this seems like a weird little, nice little Easter egg too, right? Right on the train, you get to look out on the lakeside, get to see the castle. It's wondrous. It's kind of cool. It's mysterious, even. Hell, you could even make this into a screenshot, actually. I wonder if anyone's done that. Or not a screenshot, a background. Like, just a looping background of the lakeside here. Don't exactly know why they make it this lengthy, I guess. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, I know why they make it look lengthy. I'm also starting to wonder whether or not I have to approach it from the other side, not this other side. Because there is a thing. There's a thing I need to do on this train. Yeah, there is a strange thing that people have pointed out in Japan. There's this creature, I think they call it Kunai. And it's called like that because I think Kunai is the word for wiggle or wriggling. And I think we're going to end up... yeah, I think I had to approach the other direction. Damn it. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Hey, look, it's a Kunai. This thing is actually rather strong. And it's kind of a pain in the ass simply because of how it just decides to move out of your attack. Boingy, 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 boingy. Okay, that does do more damage. Maybe it's the damage typing that does more damage. There we go. No, you. Whew. So that is a Kunai. An eldritch creature that inflicts a fatal curse on whoever it detects. Yeah. 666 or 3,330 experience points. Has a buttload of HP. He's immune to stuff that would make it so as he dies instantly. That'd be too convenient. Oh. Sorry, what was that? You were saying something and then he died? Dropped an assassin's ring, though. Oh, I want to... Oh, I can't. I think I have to try to... Yeah, from over here. This train actually holds a lot more secrets. It's just that we cannot access them yet. So I shan't even try. yet. And I think because we got on one direction, we have to leave the other direction. I think. Yeah. Or we could have gone back. I'm not entirely certain. Still, the experience is pretty good. And I think we could actually fight the Kunai again if we so pleased. But we have to go all the way back to, or all the way to the destination. We can't just sit back at the thing. But we'll do so here again. It is lovely scenery after all. Wouldn't want it to go to waste. And now we're doing it as though we're actually coming from this direction. Kind of silly that they didn't do it so as it effectively works both ways. But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to describe the Kunai. It's more of a phenomena than anything. When you're like out on a train or riding something and you look out on a lake and you swear you see something in the distance, humanoid shape that is just wriggling on the water. That's pretty much it. It's a phenomena, if anything. And they decided to take this creature and turn it into a level 66 monster that you can just kind of run into on this train. I dig it, don't get me wrong. Oh, here we are. It seems to be a lot faster to interact with the Kunai coming from this other direction. And again, you want to be careful, because he does hurt like a bitch. He's got a lot of HP. Damn it, hold still, you prick. God damn it. I will say, for the most part, the hitboxes of all these monsters in this game are really solid. Like, to the point where I can actually miss the Kunai. All dependent on my timing. And again, he does drop an item, and he does have a shard. So if you want to complete the game, you have to hunt him down. Which means you have to sit there on the train. And you have to just kind of hope. Miss me. Oh, hey. Flying Dagger. Let me double check what the Assassin's Ring does, because I just got it from the guy. Ring that slightly increases damage and frequency of critical hits. I like criticals. That's you. Bum 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 bum. Kind of surprised I haven't gotten their thing yet. Yes, they have a thing. It's actually a pretty funny thing, if anything. That makes sense. They have a thing that allows a shard that allows you to metamorphosis into a bunny girl demon, and then your entire moveset changes to theirs. There's a couple of enemies like that in this game, but I think theirs is the most notable only because sexy bunny girl. Not even joking. But hey, whatever. It's fun regardless. There you are. HP max up. Ooh, that critical. Hello, Mr. Assassin. You're dead, Mr. Assassin. Thank you. Oh, the Leonin Pelt. That's right. So you remember when they were saying before about laboratories and whatnot? Yup. This place is pretty heckin' terrible. I won't lie. Ow. For one, that chain is a lot longer than it should be. Bomber mortars, which will actually explode if you don't kill them fast enough. Bolide blast.
Take this! Ow!
And the Sid. I think it's just Sid. Which has a really, really nice ability. For a shard, anyways. Don't destroy things.
Oh, Miriam. Dominique. What are you doing here?
Looking for Zangetsu. Have you seen him?
Yes. We fought together aboard the train. Perhaps I misjudged his intentions.
What? Zangetsu was with you. But that's...
Is something wrong?
I asked him to go to the underground sands, but he must have chosen to disregard that request. If you see him again, would you ask him to report back to me?
All right.
Alfred could spring a trap on any one of us at any time. I hope Zangetsu gets his priorities straight. Thank you, Miriam, and stay safe.
That sounds suspicious in the slightest. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, you'll want to be careful in this room. You can break the vials that those monkeys are in, and then it's it's a bad time.
Gotcha!
God damn it. Needs more pepper. Days and weeks have gone by, but despite my many attempts to cultivate more crystal, the only way I have successfully proliferated it was with the original homunculus subject. I've tried transplanting the crystal into similar subjects, yielding the same pitiable results. I must be failing to remember something. The crystal proliferates across my subject's body like a corruption, but the process is far too slow. To amass enough crystal to summon Baal, as my superiors have asked, would require centuries. When I first discovered the crystal, it grew more quickly. How do I reproduce that? How? What am I doing wrong? I mean, I'd say not doing the evil, but, you know, it's... Oh, let's summon a demon, because, you know, that's always a smart idea. Oh well. Idiots be idiots, yo. I can't reach that jump. I would jump it. Hey, look, boss fight.
I move so fast. You won't even see me.
Ah, this jerk. I swear they designed this guy after a rock star. I just don't know who it might have been. Oh wait, yep, nope. Whoop. Lasers. Tail lasers. I'm getting my ass handed to me. I really need to just make myself some more food. Wait, did he slow me down there? Kinda seemed like he did.
You'll never be fast enough.
I've mostly learned how to dodge that.
Who are you calling slow?
Gotcha!
I was mostly calling myself slow, but, you know. Reflector ray. Travel along a ray of light. You can reflect off walls to reach new areas. Nope. Nope. It's a shard, Dar. Use it as a shard. Yeah. It's a pretty sweet ability, I will not lie. And I won't lie a second time, as it kind of acts as a really, really neat method of a double jump. Oh, triple jump. Grab that toad heart just in case. Also, rest here just in case. Because this place could kick my ass at any time. Of course, I think that's just any of these areas whatsoever. For example, if I were to time it right, like if I just... Dang it. Get that guy out of my way. The difficulty comes from timing, mostly. Because you can have it out all the time, but if you... There we go. Hey, more powerful Demon Kitty. That I managed to get first try. Such is luck. Toxic Storm, whip up a poisonous whirlwind in front of you. And now I can craft Damascus stuff. More health. And more Silver Knight. Oh no, that's shortcut. Damn it, I wanted it to be Silver Knight. Silver Knight's cool. I never use shortcuts. I probably should use shortcuts more, seeing as, you know. Yeah, that's the toxic, well, spinny spin that he was summoning up there. Oh, hey! Frog thing. Cool. Oh, wait, did I read this one? Yes. Yes, I did. I'm an idiot. Did I read the thing I've already read? Yes. But, that seems like a good place to call an episode. Did a train? Did some weird underground experimentation thingy down here? Yeah. There's a door over there. So I think we're going to go that direction first. But, other than that, thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this series as much as I'm loving playing it. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Cheers.